Saraswati.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are
Good
you doing?
afternoon. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. So I think Vandana will start with the introduction part of it, and we'll start away the program because the topic is so vast and you have a lot to share. And I don't
Yes.
want your time to be wasted with your wide knowledge and experience. So Vandana, you can start off.
Hi, good afternoon, all. My name is Vandana Mahajan and I am a counselor with Pehchan. Before we begin the session, I would like to talk a little about Pehchan, what Pehchan is. Pehchan, by the name of it, you can understand that it is a mission to identify oneself. So that's why the name Pehchan. As humans, our attention is always focused on external accomplishments like name, fame, power, position, and also material things. But are we attentive to the hurts, the pain, the anxiety, the fear, the emotional stress, the emotional turmoils that we go through? These aspects are the ones that affect the quality of our life. They are the virus damaging us. We at Pehchan offer confidential talk therapy to resolve any kind of emotional pain that arises either due to cancer or due to any other issues that you are facing in life. Pehchan counseling can help you hack the tears and once you give us the password to your smile. So that's this whole mission of Pehchan. At Pehchan, we are also offering counseling in 8 different Indian languages, right from, like I said, from cancer counseling to the patients and the caregivers and to people having other emotional issues. So, Pehchan, like I said, is a mission to identify ourselves, our innermost feelings. And if the feelings are suppressed, if the the feelings are negative, reach out to us. We will help you out to find your smile back. Today, amongst us, we have a very renowned and accomplished personality. Her name is Dr. R. Vijaya Saraswati. She has so many achievements and accomplishments to her credit. I'm going to name a few. She's the founder and CEO of Godwin Academy. She's also Pro Vice Chancellor at St. Mother Teresa University for Digital Educational Excellence and Sustainability Development, which is headquartered at Melbourne in Australia. This is accredited by the JBR Harvard and affiliated to the CDSE, Cambridge School of Distant Education. Managing partner at ESAS, India. She's the founder of Vibes. Dr. Vijaya's international brain enriching systems are renowned all over. She's also the editor of Wonderkid Education Magazine. Global Operation Director at IAAC. I'm panting talking out her accomplishments. She is so accomplished. International Accreditation and Assessment Services. She is also the program director at Hopewell International Business Academy. She is all these and also a serial author, a trainer, and an inspirational coach. I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Vijaya. We are all looking forward to hearing the words that you're going to share with us. I'm sure there'll be pearls of wisdom. Welcome, Dr. Vijaya.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm super excited to contribute at this space. And thanks for the warm welcome. And special thanks and dedication to my friend Nutan who referred me here. And a special thanks for the coordination of Alpha. If I'm pronouncing your name right, because I'm so
Alpa. It is
overwhelmed at
Alpa. Alpa. Swalpa Alpa.
Swalpa.
Alpa.
Alpa. Swalpa Alpa. Swalpa la or Tumba. She's too much. So thank you so much for this topic, which is very close to my heart. See, irrespective of what achievements or accomplishments we have, we are all, living in a straight line. Like Nandan Nilekani says, we live in a flat world now. So anybody from anywhere can connect through this beautiful technology. So my sincere gratitude to this platform. I mean, Zoom is so very powerful because when the world had pandemic in 1919, I don't think they would have had this kind of power through the digital world. So I'm very grateful to represent the Digital University, St. Mother Teresa University for Digital Education Excellence and Sustainability Development. So straight, let's dive into the topic because we have very less time. So the topic is to inspire people to be more, do more, and have more. So when we are doing this, all of us are in the same page. Whether we are young or old, rich or poor, whether we are 1 year old or whatever our age is, all of us are walking towards the grave every day. It is a real truth. So when this happens, especially when one has to face a life-threatening, I won't even call it a disease, a life-threatening situation or a challenge, the entire scenario changes not only for the patient, but also for the caretakers, also their immediate family, the extended family. So I'm very powerfully impressed with Pehchan for the work they have taken up. Like Mother Teresa says, we cannot do great things alone. We can only do small things with great love. So love is the only factor which can influence during this crisis. I'm I'm saying this because I've had a challenge at home. Like my mom, she was the queen of our house. She was the center of the attraction. She was the star and she was everything, like without her, nothing would move in our house. So that kind of a person whom we have seen had unfortunately, she had to, she got diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. Suddenly, the entire system collapsed for us, for all of us, and we didn't know what exactly to do. She was a warrior, I would say, because she fought till the last breath. She was so positive, she was so vibrant. That actually shook me up. So this live, what I'm talking about is the real-time tips, what my mom followed, what I got to see, how I got to see her. So, this will be definitely a boost to people who are going through this crisis. The first thing I would love to say is, see, let us not go round and round. I'm going to, give you 10 words, or you can say it as attributes or whatever, for dealing with this challenge. The first one, what my mother embraced, was faith. She was having such an indomitable spirit and she was so strong. She said, see, this is this is the faith I have in my God. Maybe he wanted my life to end this way. So it is all clear. None of us are going to live this planet alive. All of us have to die because there is no choice otherwise, right? We
Yes,
all came
yes.
into the world. Before the name was with God, and now each one of us have a inner peace, inner God. So we have to return to Him. To Almighty we belong, and to Him we have to return. So this is the real truth. So I always say, life is, I'm not sure whether it is permanent or not, but death is permanent. So do not take temporary.
Vale,
You have something to say?
vale, Chio.
I could see someone speaking.
Kindly
Is
mute
there anything I
yourself.
can?
Participants, please mute yourself. Yes, Vijay.
Yeah. So it is to him we have to return. So have the faith that this is his plan. So always his plans are greater than our dreams. Anyways, every moment we need to live. Bhagavad Gita says, live your life moment by moment. That is why it is called present. Present means gift. So when we live moment by moment, not only people who have the challenge with this crisis or the people who are facing this life-threatening disease, all of us are unsure about what's going to happen next moment. Definitely there is no guarantee. All of us have date of birth, but none of us know date of death. If we know, all our peace of mind will be ruined. We won't be able to accomplish anything at all. So have faith. My first word to you is faith. Have 100% faith in Almighty, telling that whatever happens, happens because of His command. So when you have this kind of a mindset, then it becomes really, really powerful, because faith can move mountains. If you have indomitable faith in your Almighty, everything will fall in place. We can handle health, we can handle wealth, we can handle happiness. So love is that you have for your deity, God, and you unconditionally love Him and accept all that He gives to you. Without His command, not even a leaf can move. Then how is that all of us are going to end our lives? So you would have thought of a way, right? So it is so very powerful that He has given you that, hey guy, look at it. Hey girl, look at it. You have so much time to live. What is that you want to do? We all live every day, but die only once. So every moment we should make it a masterpiece. Make every second of your life a masterpiece. When you urge to do more, be more, and have more, you become amazing. So the purpose of life is very important. The moment you get diagnosed with some life-threatening disease, which may be curable or not curable, the circle around you changes. So what you reflect reflects others. You should not let your family cry or your family. Life is a celebration. I think death also should be a celebration. So the first lesson what my mom gave is, have faith in your Almighty. She said, I think this is my fate. Anyways, I have to go. So I think God chose this medium. So you guys are showering more love on me. I'm glad. So that is what she said. That means she asking for more love. So the second one is fitness. The moment you know that there is a life-threatening disease, you have to give care for your fitness. Like always I talk about visualization, your radiation therapy. You have so much to go through. A lot of energy is required when you're doing this chemotherapy and all that. So what you need to do is make it a point to have 1 hour of fitness regime in your life. You should not think that, anyways, I'm going to die. Why I should do it? No, we should not die a miserable death. We have to die a marvelous death. Anyways, all of us are going to go. Let us go happily, yaar. Smile.
Smile.
The
Yes.
moment you smile, sweet moments in your life enters. That is the abbreviation I give for smile. Sweet moments in your life enters. So keep smiling. Keep spreading the happiness. The time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. On the way to be happy is to make someone happy and bring a little heaven right here. The time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. And the way to be happy is to make someone happy and bring a little heaven right here. So the moment you know the faith and fitness, you have to embrace fun. And that is happiness. You have to make your life goal to be happy no matter what. So embrace these two words. Who cares? Who cares can have two meanings. Who cares? God cares. He always cares. At this time, at this point of time, you should see who cares for you and spend more time with them and do what makes you happy. Make a bucket list. Make a fun list. Maybe 50 which you need to take. Take a bungee jump, sail in the water, do something which makes you happy. Maybe you have to paint, maybe you want to learn something. We all have YouTube as masters now. So have fun. It's worth having fun. In this life is for happiness. जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो किसने जाना. Nobody knows what happens tomorrow. So let us embrace fun. And the fourth one is very important. Work into your finances. What is your finances? What has to be given to whom? Will work it out so clearly that there is no confusion after you pass through. See what is incomplete. See where your presence is necessary, where your signatures are necessary, your PAN card, your passbook, your lawyers, your properties. Make it all so very clear that people don't have confusions when you go away. Give all the information to the legal representatives and IRs. Make it very clear to them what you have and what you don't have. Make yourself accountable and take stock of your life with assets and liabilities. So we were so happily talking about fun and finance. The fifth one, which I realized, is the fabulousness. You need to feel fabulous in front of mirror all the time. So get in front of the mirror and start giving affirmations to yourself. This shall also pass. I will stay strong till the last moment. I am going to be happy no matter what. I will fix this. I can fix this. So make your fabulousness count. People should be so astonished with you and so perplexed with you that you are happy in spite of everything, no matter what. You're giving a lesson, life lesson to the world that yes, I'm going to pass away, but that's true with everyone. Maybe I'm going a little early and you're going a little late, but I had the best of my life and I want to spread happiness before I go. So this should be your goal. The only purpose of your life is to be happy. And remember, it is not others' job to love you. It is your job to love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you can bring peace and happiness into your life. And like I said, time is the most precious commodity in the world, more precious than gold. So what you need to do is ensure that you have this time captured and make memories. Because all that which is going to stay with us once we are gone is the memories and how you tackled this life-threatening challenge. See, either you are happy or sad, you are going to pass away. It is with you. See, 10% is what happens to you. 90% is the reaction you give it for that what happens to you. So it is your reaction which matters. So take action. Be a fabulous, fantastic person. And now very important thing, what my mother followed was food. She ensured she took very nourishing food till the end. She used to, request us to give her a very nourishing food because she felt the happiness is in her tummy. So she had stomach cancer, but she was very clear, even the last day when she had to go to the operation, she said, Vijaya, get me paya and, meatballs. That was her love for food, She said, whether I'm going to make it or not, I don't know, but I want to eat this and feel good about it. So we were talking about faith, we were talking about fabulousness, fitness. Is there anything you have? Question? Someone has a question?
No.
Okay. So we were talking about fabulousness, fitness, food and stuff. What is more important now is your way of figuring out friends. spend most of the time what you have with friends. So you have to make a list of whoever your friends are right from your school days. Now Facebook is very great. You have social media where you can find where your friends are. So take help from the little fellows of the home. Those guys are amazing. I tell you, the generation next is the most amazing thing that can happen. They can help you get through the people whom you have missed. Make the list of all the friends and call them up. You check on their life. You say, hey, how are you doing? We met in, we were primary friends, or we were school friends, we were this. I just wanted to connect to you, buddy. How are you doing? How is life? Don't talk about your problem. Talk about what is happening in their life. Empathize, listen. You don't have to go and tom the world. Hey, I'm suffering with a life-threatening disease and I'll be gone soon. See, if you multiply happiness, it immensely multiplies into you can't even imagine. So just check on them what is happening. You just say, I called because I wanted to know about you. Make sure that you talk about a moment which was very funny. Maybe you both cracked a prank, or you guys went out cycling on an expedition without letting your parents know, or an adventure, your crush, everybody. Try connecting back to your friends, because the moments what you spend with your friends, your brain will really reciprocate, because whatever your brain can believe and conceive, it can achieve. If you think you can conquer this disease with the support of CVR method, visualization, care, and radiology, definitely you have to check with your doctor how much time or how it is going to help. So during all this process, stand in front of the mirror and give the best smile you have. Smile so hard, your cheekbone aches. Let your smile go to your cheekbones and let you have twinkle in your eyes. So smile will make things better, because smile is one of the best remedies one can have for life. Laughter changes worlds. Being an anchor of Falsur Lake Laughter Club, I always say, east or west, laughter is the best. Young or old, laughter is gold. So start collecting moments of laughter. Put this what to say, challenging situation back of your head, and don't get emotional. People may not behave the same. My mom, she was so strong and she used to talk to so many people. Suddenly, she was treated like as though she is an alien, like she was given a separate plate. I'm talking about 5-6 years back. And people started becoming cautious about getting into a room and all that stuff. But she just ignored everything and she was happy all the time. So there are little things which may change in the people who is around you, but that should not put you down in whatever you're doing. They may support or they may not support. It is not important what the world thinks of you. It is very important to know what you think of yourself. You can conquer the world. You are the star. So you have to live a life king size. Enjoy. So I was talking about fun, fitness, friends, stuff. I'm sure, this is all adding value to you. It is all doable. I never speak about things which are not doable. I always think about, I will tell you about something which you can actually do. So pick up the friends, I said phone, I said now it is about your journal. Start writing your journal. Start writing about how you all the happy moments which you felt, for what you can give gratitude to Almighty. So the first job you got, when you got married, when you were holding the first bundle of joy, how you felt when you got your university result, what was your feeling when you made your first million. It can be anything. How was that road trip which you went with your friend? So anything, just pen it down, because it is all about hand, heart, and head coordination. So when you start writing, it's a therapy. It's a graphotherapy. So start penning down only good things about life. So don't even complain to God, because it is all about accepting, adjusting, and appreciating. So your life now should be accept, adjust, appreciate, and don't criticize, condemn, or complain. So when you do this adjustment, you will see that you are still enjoying the life which you are living, because you now realize that every moment is precious, because you have got a visa, right? People who have visa, what happens whenever they have, suppose you have a US visa and you're going to travel soon, how do you feel? You feel good, right? Wow, I'm visiting the Columbus land. So like that, you're going to visit God. You should feel great about it. So my mother was saying this only to me, Vijay, I'm feeling great about it because see, I don't want to suffer. The earlier he takes me, the better. I don't want to become dependent on anybody. I want to spread happiness. She was the president of We Girls Foundation. So through girls, we help girls to do better, because she was very concerned about girls becoming educated. So she always used to say, education, if you educate a man, you're just educating a man. If you educate a woman, you're educating her entire family. So she also used to say, do not wait for leaders, do it alone, person to person. So person to person, if you can make a difference in one person's life, before you go, that is great. Maybe you can pay a fees for a child who's not able to, afford a course, or you may help a girl child get an admission, or something which is doable. Paying kindness forward, which is doable by yourself. Because according to Harvard's research, the people who have a long life are the people who are connected with social and philanthropic activities. So do something which makes you feel good. Volunteer for a cause. If you're happy, you can volunteer or counsel people who's scared of this life-threatening disease, because they are not a kind of balanced like you. So if you're educated, if you can speak English, if you can balance, why don't you take up travel? Do it. You don't take chemotherapy for 20 days or whatever doctor says, and take a break of 7 days and do some social service, do some awareness program, help somebody in crisis. You know what? You feel really, really good. So is there a question? Someone is talking.
You can continue.
So how is it going, Purnima? Is it going better? Is there any questions you want to ask?
Purnima, will you
You're
unmute?
mute.
Purnima,
Yeah.
will you unmute?
We
Yeah,
can't hear you.
no issues. There was some disturbance, I guess. Somebody has kept their phone on, or they're talking in between. That's the disturbance we are getting.
No, that's okay. I've muted them. I muted all of them. So,
Okay.
Dr. Vijaya, we have 5 more minutes. If you want to continue, then we'll continue in the same link again. Is that okay? So for question
I
and
have no
answers,
issues.
yes, for question and answers, suppose if this meeting
Okay.
ends, we'll continue with the same ID. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
Okay.
same thing. Yeah.
So the last 5 minutes, shall I, wrap it up so that we can keep the next session for question and
Q.
answer?
Yes.
Okay. So in this 5 minutes, I will wrap up what I exactly wanted to say.
Yes.
And then, like I was talking about volunteering for the purpose. So, like, my dad was volunteering for diabetes, because he was one of the type 2 diabetes is common, type 1, type 2 diabetes. He had both. He had some challenge, and he was used as a research by one of the top doctors of that time. So what he did is he was going himself and telling people like how they should think about intermittent fasting. He was talking in 2004 about intermittent fasting, because sugar, when there is diabetes, people say that they feel very hungry and they have to eat all the time and all that stuff. But my dad was a research model, and he was talking about the fasting that time. So because he volunteered to himself to be a research and resource person for the doctors who were researching on diabetes challenge. So what I'm saying is, put yourself for a cause. Maybe you can do a little bit of, to give support to doctor about what are your symptoms, how do you feel, or how great you feel after a meditation. So one thing I would recommend for all of them who are having this life-threatening disease is meditation. So I will give you the eightfold path of Buddha, which my mother was meticulously following during her time of stage 4, when she was, entering stage 4. That is right values, right intention, right speech, right attitude, right lifestyle, right efforts, right concentration, and right meditation. So this she was very clear. Life, right values. I'm going now. So what are my values? I need to ensure everybody is amazing, and everything should be given without any partiality. Intentions. Our intentions was good for the world, good for the God, good for the people. She never said why me. She always said, wow, you chose me. So intentions were very good, and her speech. So she would keep her tone of voice so vibrating and happy that the other person will never feel that she had a life-threatening disease. So your speech, communication, intention should never be on self-pity, but giving power to others that yes, all of us have to pass and I'm also passing. That's it. And the attitude of gratitude. She was sending thank you notes to all the sisters, all the friends, all the people. Small thank you notes cards she used to write, because I told grapotherapy is going to be one of the great things. And our lifestyles changed to fitness, walking, correct food, correct mindset, and all that. Efforts. She was putting all the efforts with chemotherapy to fight the disease. She was always telling that I want to live more, be more, and have more. And then the concentration. Our concentration and focus was very clear that, my life is great because I had 5 children. I had my husband. Everybody loved me well. So I am giving as much blessings as I want. And my concentration at this point in time is to pass away without giving any challenges to anybody, nor, blaming anybody for the situations which changed. And she was meditative most of the times. Whichever is your favorite god, start writing. She used to write Sri Ramajayam 108 times, and she said that gave her a kind of a energy and connection to God. So this is what I wanted to say. Our right values, intentions, speech, attitude, lifestyle, and very importantly, our concentration and meditation with right efforts. So I think I'm done. We have another 2 minutes. To wrap up all that, I would say is it is like what you want, that is what will reflect. So be sure you reflect what you want and how you want to lead your life. Take charge of your life. Come what may. Get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. Never give up on life. It has to go. Anyways, it will go. You see the people who have just witnessed death. You'll see a great smile on their face. They have a power of completion. So that powerful is death. Death is inevitable. That is the only truth in the world. So let us embrace the truth and live our life moment by moment. So आने वाला पल जाने वाला है, हो सके तो इसमें जिंदगी बिता दो, पल ये भी जाने वाला है. So this moment will keep going. You keep rocking. You make a mark for yourself. Love you all. And I always end my speech by saying, sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And God bless you. I repeat, this is my Ho'oponopono prayer for the world. Sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you, and God bless you.
So that's wonderful, Dr. Vijay Saraswati. It's been wonderful listening to you and your motivation. I think the time is ending now. We'll again rejoin.
Yeah.
Vandana, you
Yes.
have to quickly say something.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Dr. Vijaya. That was highly enlightening, and I'm sure all the participants have gained a lot from your wisdom and also from the beautiful journey of your mother. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, and we've really enjoyed this session.